So yes, the video is about what the title says it is. My mom caught the Rona. And so we're going to talk about that, but not really more about my mom, but we're going to kind of talk about us as a community and some of the helpless points of life where you feel like, hey, Heaven, I have to go through this. I have to go through this. And you might not have any choice. On this channel, we talk about church-related subjects and the community of the church community in particular. And so this kind of fitting for us to have the conversation around not my mom, but around thingy. And I have a very special clip I'll show you at the end. And so watch as much of the video as you can. I'll show you that video of my interaction with my mom after we knew she had the Rona. A very funny clip, but first it kind of reminded me of something, this entire narrative. When you go into a doctor's office, they'll kind of like have like certificates and stuff like that to show you the doctor is qualified for this. And then if you like go to a financial institution like a bank, of course, you might know them advertising on television and whatnot, but they still every single time put FPS what. They kind of tell you they are authorized to give the services they are doing. We like advising each other, whether we are qualified or we are not qualified. But sometimes the advice is kind of distant as long as it's never come close to you. A lot of people haven't really interacted with anybody who has caught the Rona, and so they have a very distant view. That's why sometimes you see me in videos where I'm literally still wearing the mask because I keep it on my neck and I don't even take it off. I'll keep it on my neck for as long as possible so that when I go out here, I'd find that I didn't leave it. But the advice that we give each other sometimes is very, very deadly because it makes us more reckless to a certain level, or it makes us less caring about other people. You know, people like my mom who just trying to get home and whatnot might get this from the taxis and stuff like that. And so they are literally at the mercy of another person who might have gotten bad advice. Kind of like what we talk about on this channel, which is church doctrine. Most of the pastors are advised by badly doctrined people. I don't know if that's a word, but if it isn't, officially it is. Is that our society is filled with this bad advice, uncertified advice. Immediately when when I heard that my mom had this thing, so I tried to call one friend. I had only one friend in my mind, and thank you very much. Highly appreciate it. May God do you well. Because he picked up the phone, he heard me. In less than an hour, he was at my house. He was like, we are going to your mom right now. There's something that I need her to have. He left his job. He was literally doing meetings on the phone.
Okay, I'll ask a question. She lost connection. Yeah.
So I'm really grateful to have you, because for me, I wouldn't know what to do, but he knew what to do. He knew the first steps to take. He was like, hey, who did she have interactions with? I was like, hey, my dad. And so he made provisions also for my dad and for thingy. And so, but think about that. That person who got bad advice might affect someone who doesn't have a friend like me who I can pick up and call and say, hey man, there's this. They might not have that good advice to set them off. So everybody, it's all about advice. First, I hear that my mom has something, I can call a friend who might know about that. And my friend does happen to be extremely educated in the subject because his wife had this thing and she survived from it. And so I'm getting advice from a person who's had really straight thing, and he lost a loved one also from it, okay? And he lost another person again. So I knew he knew how to go about it. And he just instinct sticked in and he just left his work and we went to my mom. And this is where this clip comes in. You can see I'm literally just a distance away because he didn't even want us to bring her back. Which is in the confined spaces and all that kind of stuff. And so she was like, no, I'm fine where I am. I have food, I have everything. If I stay indoors and whatnot. And so we carried the pills that we had for her, and then we took the others to my dad. I came back to the studio. I shot the videos that you saw yesterday. That's why you would have heard me saying, oh no, yesterday I just had a few things to go up and down with. But today, called her, and immediately, yesterday she said, breathing, what, coughing a lot. But she says she slept like a baby. And so thank you very much, dude. Your advice is extremely appreciated. But notice We'll go back to the advice. This one is badly advised. He makes silly decisions, makes decisions that endanger other people. When a person becomes like that, or when they are badly advised, they can affect other people. Now, we know you don't care for yourself. Fine. Don't care for yourself when you are by yourself. Okay? Don't now endanger other people. Just wear your mask. Okay? I don't need to know whether you believe in it or you don't. Just wear your mask. Do we need to get citizens' arrest back? Can we please be given the right to arrest people? Just wear your mask. I don't need to know whether you believe in it or not. You're endangering me. Okay? And so people like my mom who are just trying to go about their life, being careful. These people, they wear their mask all the way to until they enter their house. Okay? And last week, you guys will remember, I never interacted with my mom for like the last couple of days actually. And so last weekend when she was there, you will remember I said I wasn't feeling like going home. It was because I just had this thing that I was like, nah, let me just stay. My mom is going to be fine. But there's someone who might not be. There's someone who has bad advice, which that advice endangers others. Not just themselves, but it endangers others. The same way we talk on this channel about advice that endangers people doctrinally. And it puts them off-putting, on an off space with their relationship with God. Advice is very crucial. And the community aspect goes in. I mean, like, I'm even wearing a t-shirt. You've never seen me wearing a t-shirt. It's so crucial. We know the advice we are getting. Okay? My mom is fine. She's going to be fine. What do you think? I'm making this video because she's going to be fine. But there's someone who might not. There's someone who might not have the person that I called to give them good advice on how to go about it forward. Someone who has had people that he has lost and he cares enough to know how to survive that. Someone who his wife was on the bed. I'm getting good advice that I can trust and know. And he rushes from his... Someone doesn't have that. Wear your mask. It's just that. Okay? I don't need to know how much of it you believe. I don't know how much conspiracies you've read online. Just wear your mask.